What if everything you thought you knew about our oceans was only the surface of a deeper, darker mystery? Stay tuned, because tonight, we dive into secrets that have baffled explorers for centuries. Our planet's oceans cover over 70% of Earth, yet more than 80% remains a mystery. A realm so vast and uncharted that its secrets could rewrite history. From inexplicable vanishings to strange formations on the ocean floor, we're about to uncover stories that blur the line between myth and reality. Story 1: The Bermuda Triangle. Our first mystery, the infamous Bermuda Triangle. Here, hundreds of ships and aircraft have simply vanished. Our journey into the unknown begins here, within the enigmatic boundaries of the Bermuda Triangle, a stretch of ocean steeped in mystery, fear, and legends that have persisted for decades. Covering roughly 500,000 square miles, this area has earned a reputation as one of the world's most baffling mysteries, where ships and aircraft simply vanish without a trace. In 1918, the USS Cyclops, a U.S. Navy cargo ship carrying 309 souls, set sail on a routine mission, only to vanish without any distress signal or debris. Just a few decades later, in 1945, 5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers, part of Flight 19, embarked on a training exercise and disappeared into the fog, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a trail of mystery. What force, hidden beneath these storm-tossed waters, could be responsible for such inexplicable losses? Some say it's natural. Magnetic anomalies that throw off navigational instruments, sudden, violent weather changes that appear without warning. But then, there are those who believe that something far more sinister is at play, a realm where the rules of nature seem to be rewritten. Could it be that the Bermuda Triangle is not just a convergence of natural forces, but also a portal, a gateway to an alternate dimension, where time and space become distorted? Or perhaps, is it the work of forces beyond our comprehension, orchestrating a dance of chaos and disappearance? As modern science struggles to provide definitive answers, every unexplained vanishing, every eerie anomaly detected on the radar only deepens the mystery. Theories abound. Could underwater methane gas eruptions be powerful enough to sink even the sturdiest of vessels? Might a rare but deadly convergence of natural elements create a vortex capable of swallowing entire ships whole? And then there's the human element. Stories of experienced pilots and captains who have felt an inexplicable pull, a sense of dread as they traverse these waters. They speak of compasses spinning out of control and electronic devices failing as if some unseen force is warning them away. With each passing decade, new disappearances have fueled the legend, blurring the line between fact and folklore. Every unanswered signal from a lost vessel, every frantic radio call echoing into silence, serves as a chilling reminder that the Bermuda Triangle still guards its secrets with ruthless precision. So, what really lies beneath these mysterious waters? Is it simply the result of chaotic natural forces, or are there dark, hidden depths where something altogether unexplainable resides? The Bermuda Triangle remains one of the ocean's most beguiling enigmas, where every vanished vessel, every unexplained incident, is a chapter in a story that refuses to be fully told. Stay with us as we continue to unravel the mysteries hidden beneath the surface. And remember, sometimes the truth is far more mysterious than the legends. What if these disappearances were not accidents at all? What sinister force lurks beneath these turbulent waters? Story 2: The Mary Celeste. Next, the Mary Celeste. Discovered in 1872, perfectly intact with provisions untouched, yet no crew in sight. December 5th, 1872. A merchant brigantine named the Mary Celeste drifts aimlessly in the frigid Atlantic, her sails half raised, her cargo intact. But there's something missing, something that should never be missing from a ship in the middle of the ocean. The crew is gone, no sign of struggle, No distress call, no clear explanation, a ghost ship with no crew, yet everything else left untouched. What happened on board the Mary Celeste? On November 7th, 1872, Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, their 2-year-old daughter, and a crew of 7 set sail with a cargo of 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol, a routine voyage, one of many across these well-traveled waters. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary until the ship was found adrift a month later with no sign of life. When the Dei Gratia, a passing vessel, discovered her, the Mary Celeste was still seaworthy. The cargo hold was undisturbed. The lifeboat was missing, but there were no signs of panic, no overturned chairs, no scattered belongings, no bloodstains. Just an eerie, unsettling emptiness. What could have compelled an entire crew to abandon ship in the middle of the ocean? Some believe it was a sudden seaquake or a rogue wave, powerful enough to scare the sailors into thinking their vessel was doomed, forcing them to flee. But why wouldn't they return? But then there's the most chilling theory of all, that something unseen, something beyond our understanding, took them, a force so mysterious that it left no trace. Could it have been an encounter with the unknown, an entity lurking beneath the surface, or a phenomenon we have yet to explain? The Mary Celeste was eventually brought to port, its ghostly legend growing with every retelling. The ship itself sailed for years afterward under different owners, but none could shake its haunted reputation. Some swore it was cursed. Others believed its mystery was a warning, a riddle the ocean would never allow to be solved. And so, the Mary Celeste remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the sea. A ship without a crew, a voyage without an ending, and a question that will forever linger over the vast, unforgiving ocean. What really happened that day? Was it a case of mutiny, piracy, or something far more inexplicable? Some even whisper of curses and sea monsters. Story 3. The Baltic Sea. Anomaly. The mystery. Beneath the ocean hide secrets, some ancient, some forgotten, and some that defy all logic. But in the summer of 2011, deep beneath the icy waters of the Baltic Sea, a team of treasure hunters would uncover something they were never meant to find. A storm brewed over the vast sea as the Ocean X team, seasoned explorers in search of shipwrecks, scanned the depths with their sonar. The hum of machinery filled the deck as the screen flickered with static, then cleared, revealing something massive resting on the seafloor. A perfect circle, 60 meters wide, an object that had no place in nature. It was unlike anything they had seen before, but as they tried to get closer, something strange began to happen. Their instruments failed, the sonar cut out, and when they finally attempted to descend into the depths, an invisible force seemed to push back against them. The team knew they had to see it with their own eyes. The divers suited up, their oxygen tanks hissing as they prepared to plunge into the unknown. The water was cold, the darkness absolute. As they descended, beams of light flickered from their helmets, illuminating the eerie landscape below. Then, the anomaly came into view. It wasn't just a rock, it was structured, smooth, metallic in places, with sharp edges and stair-like ridges that suggested design rather than chance. The seafloor around it was barren, as if nothing had dared to grow near it for centuries. Then, the first sign that something was wrong. One diver checked his compass. It spun wildly. Another tapped his flashlight. It flickered, then died. The radio crackled, voices fading in and out like whispers lost in time. Their equipment, flawless just moments before, was now malfunctioning. It was as if the anomaly itself was interfering, as if it did not want to be disturbed. As they ran their hands across its surface, they felt something impossible. It wasn't rough like natural rock. It was smooth, polished in some areas, textured in others, almost as if it had been crafted. And then came the sound, a hollow metallic clink as one diver's glove scraped against the structure. It echoed, deep and resonant, sending a shiver through the team. Was this the ruins of an ancient civilization lost beneath the sea? Or was it something else entirely? Theories exploded across the world. Some scientists claimed it was nothing more than a glacial deposit, a remnant of Ice Age movements. But if that were true, why did every piece of technology fail the moment they got close? Others speculated it was the remains of an ancient structure, built long before recorded history, lost to the rising tides of time. And then there were those who whispered of something even stranger, a craft, not of this world, buried beneath the waves for thousands of years. The Ocean X team attempted to return, but each time they were met with the same strange phenomena: electromagnetic interference, malfunctioning equipment, a sense of unease so deep it felt as if they were being watched. Eventually, the expedition was abandoned, leaving the mystery unsolved, resting in the cold darkness of the Baltic Sea. To this day, the anomaly remains, unmoved, unexplained, waiting. Despite numerous investigations, its true origin remains shrouded in could this anomaly be the key to understanding extraterrestrial influences on our oceans? Story 4. The Kaz Sidon, the ghost yacht of Australia. The ocean was calm, the sky a vast stretch of blue, as the Kaz 2 drifted silently along the Great Barrier Reef. The 12-meter catamaran, sleek and modern, should have been bustling with life. Instead, it was eerily still. No movement on deck, no sign of its crew. Only the sound of the waves lapping gently against the hull. When the Australian authorities boarded the vessel, they expected to find the 3 men who had set sail just days earlier, experienced sailors on what was supposed to be a routine journey from Airlie Beach to Perth. But the Kaz 2 was empty. Not a single soul remained on board. And yet, nothing suggested a struggle. The table was set, plates of food untouched. A laptop was still open. The engine was running. Even the men's life jackets were untouched, neatly stored in their place. It was as if they had simply vanished into thin air. The last known footage of the Kaz 2's crew came from a passing helicopter. The video showed the 3 men aboard, alive and well, adjusting the sails. But just hours later, the yacht was found drifting aimlessly with no one left to tell its story. What could have happened? Authorities scoured the ocean, searching for any sign of the missing men, but no bodies were ever found. No distress call had been made. The yacht itself was in near-perfect condition, aside from a slightly torn sail. Speculation ran wild. Some believed the men had fallen victim to foul play, pirates, a sudden mutiny, or even something darker lurking beneath the waves. Others suggested a freak accident. One man falling overboard, the others jumping in to save him, only for the yacht to drift away, leaving them stranded in the vast, unforgiving sea. But there were no signs of struggle, no evidence of panic, only silence. And then, the strangest detail of all. The GPS records showed that the Kaz 2 had followed an erratic course before it was found, moving in loops, as if it had been wandering aimlessly without direction, as if something unseen had taken control. Some maritime experts theorized that a sudden, unexpected weather event could have caused chaos on board, forcing the crew into the water. Others wondered if a rogue wave had swept them off deck in an instant. But none of these theories accounted for the unsettling details. The untouched food, the operational laptop, the eerie stillness of a yacht abandoned without any sign of urgency. And then there were those who whispered of something more, something beyond human understanding. Could the Kaz 2 have drifted into a place where the rules of nature no longer applied, where time unraveled, swallowing its passengers whole? Some likened it to the Bermuda Triangle, a place where people vanish without explanation, their fates lost to the depths of the unknown. To this day, no trace of the 3 sailors has ever been found. The Kaz 2 was recovered, repaired, and sold to a new owner. But its mystery remains, lingering like a ghost on the waves, a story whispered among sailors who know that sometimes the sea does not give back what it takes. And sometimes it keeps its secrets locked beneath the surface forever. What mysterious force could cause an entire crew to vanish, leaving behind only unanswered questions? Story 5. The Devil's Sea. The ocean stretches endlessly, an infinite expanse of shifting blues and greens, where the horizon blurs between sky and sea. But there are places in the world's waters where the beauty conceals something darker, where legends whisper of ghost ships, vanished sailors, and an unseen force that defies explanation. One such place is the Devil's Sea. South of Japan, in the Pacific Ocean, lies a mysterious stretch of water known as the Dragon's Triangle, or, as many have come to fearfully call it, the Devil's Sea. Much like its infamous Atlantic counterpart, the Bermuda Triangle, this region has swallowed ships, planes, and their passengers without a trace. It is said that compasses spin wildly, radios crackle with static, and time itself seems to warp within these waters. But is it a place of supernatural terror, or is there something else at work beneath the waves? For centuries, the Devil's Sea has been a source of both fascination and dread. Ancient Japanese folklore tells of dragons lurking beneath the surface, monstrous beings that drag sailors into the abyss. Fishermen who dare to venture too far never return, and their boats wash ashore, empty as if abandoned mid-voyage. The stories have persisted through time, growing darker with each new disappearance. One of the most chilling accounts dates back to the 1950s. The Japanese government launched a research expedition to study the strange phenomena reported in the Devil's Sea. The vessel, Keiyo Maru No. 5, carried some of the nation's best scientists, eager to uncover the truth behind the myths. But then, silence. The ship and its entire crew vanished without a trace. No distress calls, no wreckage, nothing. It was as if the ocean had swallowed them whole. The expedition meant to solve a mystery had become part of it. Modern theories attempt to explain the eerie disappearances. Some blame the region's intense seismic activity, underwater volcanoes capable of swallowing ships in sudden, violent eruptions. Others point to powerful whirlpools, typhoons, and rogue waves that can strike without warning. Some scientists suggest the seafloor itself is shifting, creating dangerous anomalies in the ocean's currents. And yet, none of these explanations fully account for the many strange occurrences reported over the years. Even seasoned sailors have spoken of a feeling of unease when passing through these waters. Compasses fail, radar screens flicker, and an eerie silence settles over the decks. Some claim to have seen ghostly ships adrift, their decks abandoned, their sails tattered, as if they had been frozen in time. Others speak of inexplicable flashes of light beneath the water, glowing as though something massive lurks in the depths, watching, waiting. In the modern world, where science seeks to explain the unexplained, the Devil's Sea remains a defiant enigma. Ships still go missing, planes still vanish, and the water, endless and indifferent, keeps its secrets well. Whether a place of natural peril or something beyond human understanding, one thing is certain. Those who enter the Devil's Sea may never return, their fate lost to the depths, leaving only whispers on the waves. Reports of vanishing vessels and unearthly lights fuel the legend of a cursed maritime region. Is this the true playground of supernatural forces in our oceans? Story 6. The HMS Daedalus Sea Serpent in Nechinu, 1848. The crew of HMS Daedalus claimed to see a 100-foot-long serpent-like creature off the coast of Africa. The vast and endless ocean has always been a realm of mystery, where myths and legends blur the line between reality and imagination. One such tale, whispered among sailors and chronicled in naval records, is that of the HMS Daedalus and the enigmatic sea serpent that haunted its voyage. It was a bright and cloudless afternoon on August 6, 1848, when the crew of the HMS Daedalus, a British Royal Navy warship, found themselves gazing upon something that defied all logic. The ship was en route to St. Helena, cutting through the South Atlantic waves, when the men spotted something unusual breaking the surface of the water. At first, it appeared to be nothing more than a dark, undulating form slipping through the currents. But as the ship drew closer, its monstrous shape became clear. Towering at least 60 feet in length, with a long, sinuous neck and a head rising nearly 4 feet above the waves, the creature moved with a strange, unnatural fluidity. Its dark, glistening skin reflected the sunlight, giving it an almost spectral appearance. Captain Peter McQuay and several officers observed the serpent through their spyglasses, transfixed by its massive form. It swam parallel to the ship for nearly 20 minutes, its movements swift yet deliberate, before disappearing beneath the waves as mysteriously as it had appeared. The account of the sighting was meticulously recorded in the ship's log and later reported to the Admiralty. The news spread quickly, fueling speculation and debate. Was this the fabled sea serpent spoken of in ancient mariners' lore? A creature lost to time, surviving in the depths of the unexplored ocean? Or was it simply a misidentified whale or giant eel, its strange shape exaggerated by the shifting waves and the play of light? Skeptics were quick to dismiss the sighting, attributing it to mirages, optical illusions, or even a school of dolphins moving in a serpentine formation. But those who stood upon the deck of the Daedalus that day, who saw the massive form with their own eyes, remained convinced that they had encountered something truly unknown. Over the years, similar sightings have been reported across the world's oceans, adding to the enduring legend of the great sea serpent. But the tale of the HMS Daedalus remains one of the most credible accounts ever documented. A story that lingers, a whisper among the waves, reminding us that the ocean still holds secrets yet to be unveiled. Was it a monstrous sea serpent or simply a misidentified whale? Subscribe for more such thoughtful videos. I'll catch you in the next one.